Are you tired of having harsh weather get into your dog's kennel? Or maybe you have a livestock guardian dog where you want to build a solid structure out of mainly timber and pallets where it has a fun top floor for their livestock buddies? Let me show you how I made mine. Now from the disassembled pallets, we're gonna get the barrier support for these logs. So it's not just like how it is now, wood on top of dirt. You don't want that. So what we're gonna do is these disassembled pallets, the 2x4s, we're just gonna cut in half. I want it to overhang the front more so the wind, rain, sun, all that doesn't affect this door opening for the dog. These are the 2x4s on the pallets that I just stripped off those 1x4s of. So I'm going to use these as support. So when you put this 2x4 right here, you're just going to make this flush. These both flush with this wood, so you have a nice even place to screw in or nail in this 2x4 into these both logs to connect them. So the other thing is, before you do that, mark this about level with this top log, mark that, and then go with your circular saw and cut that off. This is roughly a 4x8. This is my frame for the roof. Okay, so on this side, to prevent the wind from going in to the doghouse underneath, I screwed in a scrap 2x4 against the barn right here, so I had something to screw these 1x4s into down here, and then I just screwed these into that log right there. And these are all from Pallets, and just plumb that up. This side that goes on the inside of the roof where the goats would be, I like taking out these boards, the interior boards, the whole side. And then this is sticking out as well. I'm just prying it from this side, not the opposite. Prying it with my nail puller and hammer. And then I'm gonna keep this board. I'm just gonna lay it on its side and then nail it back in. This will be the interior of the roof when it's leaning. Instead of this middle board sticking out, it's nice and flush. On top, what I did to connect these, I screwed in this 2x4 right here, which you can get from, yep, you guessed it, a pallet, and screwed it in on top on this end. And then I screwed from the bottom up here, meeting this 2x4. So this is connected going up into this 2x4, and this is connected by the 2x4 going down. Now I'm gonna do the next two pallets for this other section of the roof. And really you're just trying to get this level. This is the first frame, this is the second frame. See how they're flush right there? And you're just making that flush, and you wanna get this one flush with that first frame. To help stabilize these sections of the roof together, I have this section and then that section over here. I just put up this scrap 2x4, screwed it in this section, and then screwed it on that front section to help stabilize it. Again, this isn't going to be showing, so it doesn't matter. Just use scrap junk 2x4. Once you have these bottoms adjusted, then go ahead and screw those in to the bottom. Also, to help stabilize the roof, I secured it with a scrap 2x4, screwing it here and here on both these pallets. Same with this side, this front side pallet, and that back side pallet I screwed in here and there, connecting, stabilizing them. Okay, so I got the frame around here. I did these as straight as I could and leveled these, going the leveler going this way, horizontal. And then on this, when I added this side, I leveled it to this one right here. So now I got the top of this roof right here up. Again, I would like it wider so it overhangs more, but this is what I had to work with. So this is what I'm using. So I have Beat the Nails brand right here. It's just a constructive caulking that is water resistant, and any cracks on top here, any nail holes, all that, I'm gonna fill, because remember, this is going inside that middle to the roof. So I want to secure this top right here so no rain gets in. That's okay that it looks like crud right now, because you're gonna use kind of like a popsicle stick, and you're just gonna smear that in to really finesse it. With the extra, I'm gonna put up here to fill in like nail holes. And then now I'm just gonna, now that's a nice sealed right there, clean up these edges, and then leave this to dry, and then I'll put a nice coat of the green finish for the trim. You want to measure how much room you have for the flooring all the way back. So measure the length and then the width on both these, see how much you got. I have about 27.5 inches by about 80 inches. I want it pretty much flush right here for the overhang to be over that board. So I don't want the boards coming flush with this, you know, down here, or else it'll get just water on the flooring, and I don't want that. It's gonna take these off, rework it, and then use this as my base of the flooring, and then add the pallets like 1x4s for the flooring. Now I'm gonna take this out of the doghouse and then put boards widthways down below to stabilize and to raise it up, so these 2x4s just aren't resting on the mud when it's winter. Disassemble this pallet. This is pretty sturdy wood. It's roughly 4.5 feet long right here, and I'll connect those. Okay, so I cut 2x4s you can get from Pallets around here, and I screwed it in to these big blocks, connecting these three right here. Okay, so I'm placing these 1x4s here, and I'm making these lengthwise 1x4s close together by this bar. You just put it up against this side, and then you just tighten it like this. And then it tightens it, because this had a lot of gap right here in between here. And so I just do this, and then I screw in. I already did that gap, closed it with this right here. Really good tool. So now I have this 2x4 right here that I screwed in to this floor of the goat flooring, and that I could screw in this as it's slanted, screwing in to that 2x4. And I also dug to have this board just as a stable for all the longhorn goats, horse not kicking it. And so that will be halfway in the dirt. Each 4 of these corners, I want to do a nice little thing with the pallet, a little bracket kind of thing. So I just marked where I'm going to cut on the bottom and top, and then I'll use this as a template to cut the others. Okay, so I just cut that, and so I'm just gonna take this, use it as a template for all these other ones, and I'll just mark it there and then cut that board accordingly.